Captain. We're joined by Big Time. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're all very happy to see you today and have you joining us. We know you're busy, you're training, you're in the middle of the season. I have to just step back to the inaugural season and the fact that you guys took it all. What was that moment like hoisting the trophy? Can you still feel it? Because, man, that thing looked heavy.
Honestly, it was an indescribable moment. I mean, we had such a special group of players for our first year in Tampa, and it was definitely an exciting season. Towards the end, we picked up momentum and then found a way to win at the right times. And yeah, honestly, our celebrations were a week long, all fun. And yeah, it was a dream come true, to be honest, just to be able to win a championship in a city that means so much to me.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I can't wait to talk more about your season and what is happening. But part of that like week-long celebration and the celebration that continued, you went to game 6 of the NBA finals where the Pacers won. And like you were celebrated there as well, just being in that environment. What was that like?
Our league is the Gainbridge Super League now, so they
Yeah.
invited me to the Gainbridge Field House, and we were able to watch Game 6. I brought my sister with me, and we just had such a great time. They were so welcoming, and again, the celebrations just continued. So we had a lot of fun. I had never been there before, so it's something I'm going to remember for a long time.
So obviously, unreal opening season, the inaugural year of the Super League. You guys raised the trophy, but you also got some extra history with you last year. You were the first to get a red card in the league. Were you just trying to like send a message to everybody, like this is my midfield, and if you're coming around, you're not going to get messed with, or you will get messed with?
Okay, well, funny story. I used to get a lot of yellow cards, just game after game in the NWSL. And I said to myself, okay, Jordyn, you need to calm down. You got to stop getting these yellow cards because when they accumulate, you have to sit out a game. So I had been really good, really disciplined. All of a sudden, the ball's just bouncing in the middle of the field. And I'm like, this is like not a good spot to lose the ball. Like, I'm going to try and flick it on. And I didn't know I was that flexible, but my leg just went so high. And next thing I know, the player on Dallas ran into the ball and my foot hit her right in the face. And I like knew immediately. I was like, this is the 25th minute, I think. There's no way my team has to play a player down for the rest of this game. And it was like a must-win game, but they did incredible without me. So great job to them, honestly.
They took some notes from the captain from the sidelines, I guess, after that.
Maybe it's like I don't know. I hope it gets
I guess it's like the Gennaro Gattuso flair that you bring to the midfield. Is that like a part of your game? Was Gattuso one of your guys growing up?
The Italian national team is definitely the team that I watched growing up. My entire family is from Italy, so we just always follow the national team, and we're so excited whenever they played. So I knew those players, and yeah, he's one of them that I would watch for sure. I've just changed positions so many times that I honestly like them all.
So on that note, we know that the World Cup is coming up here in Canada and across the United States and Mexico, of course. And there's a chance on June 12th that the Canadian men's team opens up against Italy. For an Italian Canadian like myself, it's like, okay, this is kind of weird. I never thought this would happen, and now it's kind of happening. How do you kind of feel about the whole thing? How does your family feel about the whole potential of it all? I guess Italy's still got to book their ticket to the World Cup, though.
Yeah, our family group chat was going crazy, honestly. My dad was like, can you imagine if Italy qualifies, they're going to be in Canada and they might be playing against each other. So that'll be so exciting for me. Obviously, I'm Canadian and I love the national team and the men's national team, but I do have Italian roots. So, I always cheer for both teams.
And you've obviously worn the Canadian shirt, and there's a World Cup next year coming up in 2027. How are your goals lining up, and how much of a push is there for you to try and get back into the national team ahead of that World Cup?
Yeah, being on the national team and being a mainstay has always been my goal from when I was 5 years old. You grow up watching national team legends at BMO, for me it was, and go to every game just wanting to be on that team and compete and wear that crest. And I got a taste of it a couple years ago and just left me wanting more. And I think over the years, just being in the professional environment, I've gone through the highs and lows of soccer, and I just feel so much more of a complete player at this age, and just all my experience that I know I can help the team. So it's something that, I have my eyes set on.
Seeing your story as you came up through North York and, playing 4 years of college and then trying to find a professional spot, and you have, and you've created a great career for yourself. And now seeing this Super League, the Northern Super League up here in Canada launched last year as well. Obviously the NWSL has made big gains over the last few years. Like, how cool is it to see so many more professional pathways for young players to latch onto these days?
I love to see it. I mean, there's so many more opportunities, and for players that grow up in Canada to just play in their own backyard. I mean, I remember before I left for college, it was something that, if you want to play in the national team, you have to go to the US for college. And then once you go to the US, you're kind of left with nothing. You either try and take an international spot in the US, or you have to play overseas for years. So to be able to have a professional league in Canada just gives so many players way more opportunity, and they're able to live out their dream for as long as they want.
Jordyn, I have a quote from your head coach at USF and, excuse me, the Tampa Bay Sun. Your head coach, Denise Schlichty-Brown. I don't know if you've read this, but here it is. And, she's super technical. She's got very clean feet and wants the game to settle so she can play. But you wouldn't know that from watching her because she's a disruptor. She's an absolute warrior on the field. She throws her body into tackles, wins great entry balls, and reads the games so well. Have you heard that quote? And if not, what is your reaction to hearing that said about you?
I've heard bits and pieces of it, not that exact wording, but yeah, it's something that I pride myself in. I always want to be the hardest worker on the field, and I want to get stuck in and sacrifice my body for the team. And, whatever it takes to win a game, I want to do. So I think over the years, I've just kind of gotten better and better at that aspect of my game, and just winning my tackles and just being really aggressive and allowing, my team to be on the front foot by, initiating those tackles at the start of each game.
Okay, well, now you getting a red card makes sense based on that description from your head coach, and then you just verifying that that's true. I also read about Marta, who is widely considered the greatest female soccer player in the world. She's a 6-time FIFA World Player of the Year, and according to this article, according to my research, she took you under her wing with the Orlando Pride and said, and I don't know if this is true, so please verify this. She said, all you have to do is pass me the ball. And then in your first year, you obliged and just passed her the ball.
Yeah.
Is this true? And then also, how often did she pass it back to you?
Okay, well, when I first got to Orlando, I walked into the locker room and I was with all my idols that I grew up, watching. We had Sydney Leroux, Alex Morgan, Ashlyn Harris, Allie Krieger, Marta. Our team was full of all the girls that I looked up to. So yeah, I was pretty starstruck. And Marta, for me, just was always willing to stay after practice, or would, even interrupt practice and be like, Jordyn, do this better, or, move for this ball in a different way, and just was giving me advice throughout every training session. I appreciated it so much as a younger player who obviously was nervous in the environment, but she made me feel so comfortable and was always looking out for me. So I just remember our first game, we were playing North Carolina Courage, who is an incredible program, incredible club. They have won the championship numerous times. And so it wasn't an easy game. We were playing one of the best teams in the league. And I had taken a couple years off of playing. So I tried not to think about that, but I just remember her coming up to me before the game and she was like, Jordyn, all you have to do is pass it to me. Just pass me the ball. Whenever you get it, pass it to me. And I was like, oh, okay, like I got it. I can do that. I'll find you. No matter where you are in the field, even if you're not beside me, I'll try and get you that ball. So luckily she played in front of me, so it was easy. And she's just an incredible player. You can play a pass to her with 5 people around her and she's going to make you look good. So the answer to your question is yes, she did pass it back to me a couple times, but I think I passed it a lot more.
Nice. One more question about Marta. How long did it change for your POV to go from seeing her as an idol to seeing her more as like an equal and a peer?
Not long, honestly. I think I just have so much respect for her as a player and as a person. She, was an older player on the team, but she won every single fitness test. And she was making sure that she was the hardest worker in every single drill when, she didn't really have to be. She's made a name for herself already, but she pushed the standard every single day and made everyone around her better.
Jordyn, last question for you from me. Where will you be watching the World Cup in June and July?
Probably Tampa, Florida. I'm going to be in off season though, so I'm going to have to visit my family in Toronto. So all over the place, honestly, but between Florida and say.
Nice. Well, look forward to, maybe we'll see you on college or at BMO Field or somewhere in the summer if you make it up to catch a few World Cup matches.
Sounds good.
I have a bit of a serious question and two lighter ones. It's just when we talk about soccer and women's soccer, I find like you kind of get typecast right away. Any player will. It's like you're either a promising talent or you're quickly turned into a has-been, where we've seen so many times people like say 26, 27, 28, 30 and older are living their best lives, becoming captains of teams in their inaugural season and helping win titles. What's it been like to kind of prove this narrative wrong, but also continue to inspire and show like, hey, you can typecast me all you want, but I'm going to continue to prove you guys wrong?
Yeah, I think you're so young at 25. And especially for me, I think I've always been like a late bloomer. And just with my experience now of playing in the NWSL, playing in the USL Super League, I have just become an overall better professional, and I just keep learning and growing. And I think I've kind of refined some of my routines in terms of the off season, and just when you have that experience under your belt, I think you're just able to take bigger steps to being a better player. And for me, I think I'm playing my best soccer right now, and I'm a completely different player than I was at 25. So I think everyone's different, and for me, I think I'm getting better as I'm getting older.
And then Cabby mentioned BMO Field, and I know your sister Julia works for TFC in the social capacity, like social, I think content coordinator might be the official title. And I know everyone probably brings up to you how you're married to a professional golfer and how competitive you guys might be, but I want to talk about your sister. How competitive was your household growing up?
Very competitive, but she will always say that I did whatever it took to win. So every board game, every race, I would do anything. I would cheat all the time because I just had to win. And she'll say that all the time. She's like, Jordyn, you're not even fun to play with because if you lose, like you're going to lie and say you won, and then it just won't even be fun for the rest of the day. So yeah,
I like the honesty.
She's funny. Yeah,
I love it.
We grew up playing together in the backyard, and she hated when I coached her, but she's better for it now, and now we're like best friends, so it's all good.
And then I just want you to know that you completely inspired me away from the sport. I think you were in Dominican Republic and you made a sandcastle, which I've never seen anyone make before, and I know the guys have not seen this yet. She did the Rogers Center in the CN Tower. Was that not you?
I can't take credit for this. Okay, so I was
Give me the tea.
I was walking on the beach in the Dominican, and I was with my husband, and I was like, oh my God, this is such a cool sandcastle. And then I was like, wait, what is that? And then my husband's like, Jordyn, I think that's the CN Tower. And I was like, no way, there's not Canadians on this beach. Like, it's a smaller resort too. And I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, I think that's the Rogers Center in the CN Tower. And then there was a lady and her daughter walking over, and I was like, oh my God, like, have you seen this? And she was from Canada too, which was weird. She didn't make it. So that means there was 3 different Canadian groups on that beach. But I mean, what are the odds that that's what a sandcastle is out of in the Dominican? So.
Well, I'm just going to give you credit. So congratulations on an amazing sandcastle, and good luck on the rest of this season. I know you guys take Spokane on next, so we just appreciate your time and congratulations on your success so far.
Thank you.